Hey everybody, it is Billy at BTUFF. Today I have something super cool for you if you are in the market of getting a new Apple Mac Studio M2 Ultra. If you're in that market to get that or you're looking at possibly getting one, you absolutely need to watch this video because I'm gonna show you how I got this one delivered to my house from Apple for $700 cheaper. Coming up on BTUFF. Okay, so let's get into it. There's a lot to go over. Now, just for the record, I'm not one of those super geeks that can tell you like what all the cores are doing. There's plenty of people on YouTube that can tell you that stuff. That's not what this video is about. I'm just an average user. I use it to do Final Cut stuff. I do stuff in Photoshop. You know, I do some photo correcting. That's what I use my computers for. And so for what I do, even the one computer we had before, which was the 2019 iMac i9, was pretty powerful. Like I said, I even questioned whether I needed to get one, but I decided to do it. So I looked at the computers, I watched some of your guys' videos on YouTube, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna get that M2 Ultra. Well, when I went to the Apple Studio, I got a little sticker shock. I'm sure a lot of you people do when you go there and you're like, whoa, $4,000 for the Ultra, right? I mean, they have a $2,000 model, but nobody wants that, right? I mean, you want to have like the good stuff. So I said, you know what? I know this is going to be painful. Get the M2 Ultra. You need the write-offs, and you know we'll get it paid for. So I did it, and then I said, wait a minute, man, I'm gonna need some more hard drive space here because I can't do 1 terabyte. So I said, okay, here we go, adding 2 onto it, right? And like I said, at the end of the day, this thing was close to $4,800, dude, by the time I got done with it, with tax and everything, right? I'm like, dude, that is crazy. Like for a computer, man, that's crazy. But I did order it, and you know, they told me it was gonna take like 2 to 3 weeks to get here, right? And I'm like, okay, it is what it is. So after like a week, or maybe not quite a week, I decided I was on the Apple site, and I just went down to look at refurbished new. Now, if you've ever bought anything from Apple refurbished new, you know that it's legit, like looks, feels, smells, works like new, 100%. I don't care if it's an Apple Watch, if it's an Apple phone, if it's whatever it is, when it shows up, that's one thing that Apple is superb at, is like when it has anything that says new, it literally looks like new. I mean, when you unwrap it, it looks like new. And so I saw this thing and I said, wow, a 2 terabyte is like 3,700 bucks. Right, with 2 terabytes. I'm like, that don't even make sense. And then when I added the tax, it was like $4,000. And I'm like, whoa, that's $700 cheaper. Are you crazy? So I said, I was thinking about it. I was like, man, dude, I could really use that 700 bucks, right? It made the buy feel a little bit better, right? I don't know, for some reason, when I feel like I've saved 700 bucks, it made the purchase of it a little easier, right? There's something about saying, okay, it was a $4,000 computer compared to like, oh, it's almost $5,000, right? So I went ahead and I canceled my old order from Apple. It almost canceled instantly, and I ordered this thing up, and I had to really double check because I was like, you better, because you don't know what you're doing, you better go in there and read the fine print. You better make sure all the cores are the same, all the specs are the same. I mean, it was almost like it was too good to be true. I'm not kidding. So I did. I went in there, I double checked all the fine print, and sure enough, it was exactly the same. So I got it, and we're gonna take a look at it together. We're gonna open it together, and hopefully, you know, it is something that you think is worth getting. And if it works like new, I mean, you'd be almost crazy not to get this. Get a tool. I'm going to see if I can do it without a tool. This has a pull tab here, so we're going to do it. Okay, that actually looks pretty cool. Okay. Here, I'm going to open the seal. And this is just like, I would imagine, like all their products. Right? Now let's see how this is going to open. Oops, let's see here. Okay, so it's going to go like that. So here we go. You guys get the first look. And here it is. I mean, it looks like it's got the same boxing. It's got the instructions right here, right? This, I believe, comes out. Here we go. Yeah, well, that's kind of nice. Think about this boxing. So they definitely didn't skimp on someone buying it refurbished new with their packaging, because this is like state-of-the-art packaging. I mean, look at that, dude. It's got like literally like it comes out. I mean, that's pretty high end. But this is not like, this looks like a brand new presentation to me. Like I said, here we go. I'm gonna pull it out. And here we go. Oh, the cord's right there. So here's the cord right here. Let me show you. So the cord's right here. Really nice packaging. This does not look like something that was used, someone decided they didn't want it, and they threw it back in the box like you would get maybe, I don't know, on Marketplace or I don't know, or at Best Buy, right? If you went back to Best Buy and bought a used computer, like it would not look like this, right? I take off this wrapping here, if I can figure out how to do it. It just pulls off there. Well, I had a chance to look at it and do a 360. And like I said, I'm gonna be super picky on this because I want this to be as accurate as I can. And this Mac Studio looks absolutely brand new. It even feels like brand new. You know how sometimes you can touch metal and you can tell that it's like there's never been anybody really touching it? That's how it feels. It really feels like brand new. And I'd be shocked if this was actually a used unit. But like I said, I'm not complaining, but you can kind of see here, there's like, even like these, right? Because the top of these are they're like a really like easy to scratch material, the Apple logos. And there's not even a scuff on there. There's nothing. I mean, that is flawless. So we'll take a look at it real quick. These are kind of really cool if you look at it. So it has two USB 3 ports on the front, and then it has a SD card right there. And then this light, I'll assume, is going to turn on when the system's on. So we'll kind of rotate it here. And yeah, I'm so stoked on this. I feel like I totally made the right move. I literally canceled that order just in time, you know, to get this. So I'm really stoked that I got this for $700 cheaper. Anyway, let's go to the back here. You have 4 Thunderbolt connections. And I will show you the setup that I have. I do have 2 Apple displays running, the old school ones, and I still think those are some of the best displays. I mean, you can get those things. They're unbelievable for under 200. We have an Ethernet connection. This is the power. You have 2 USB 3 connections, and you have HDMI, and that's where you'll hook up your stereo speakers. I have some sound sticks, which I will be hooking up, and then this is the power button to turn it all on. I'm telling you, this thing's amazing. Like, it looks like a work of art. If you were in the market for one of these, they are absolutely beautiful. I mean, that is so good. And I'm definitely going to show you what it looks like all hooked up. But I mean, dude, come on, $700 cheaper. Definitely, before you make a buy, you have to go through and look at the refurbished new. And I don't know if they just had this one mismarked wrong or they've overcompensated for it. But like I said, I got this for at $4,000 with a 2 terabyte hard drive. Right? So go look at what that would cost you. You're gonna be up about $4,800 on that if you just buy it new. And like, what's the difference really? So, and it comes with the same Apple warranty too. So, all right, so I'll go hook it up to my system. I'll show you what I got going on. I'll also show you a keyboard and a mouse that I picked up to kind of go with this new computer. Well, here we are in the BTUFF studio, and this is my setup. I'm sure some of you people out there have better setups than I got, but this is what I'm using. This is our old iMac i9. And this is the 2 Thunderbolt displays, the old school ones that you can pick up for under 200 bucks, and they are beautiful. I have 2 of those running off of that. Yeah, so it's all working really good. I was worried about how these older Apple Studio displays would hook up. And you know what? This one right here is a 5K, and I can't tell the difference. I know some people say, oh, the 5K is so much better, but I honestly can't tell the difference between the 5K and these. So do it as you will. I was hoping that I could hook that up to that and have a triple screen, but you can't. There's no way to do it. It just will not work. But I may, you know, throw down another $200 later and go triple screen on this thing. This thing can run up to like 5, I think, or maybe 8 monitors. It can run a lot. But for right now, 2 is really good. Everything fired up really nice. Everything worked really good. I want to show you this too, because I did pick up a new keyboard and a new mouse. I got the new black sleek mouse. Isn't that cool? That's definitely really cool. But hey, I actually ventured away. I know some of you hardcore Apple fans won't like this, but I actually went down and picked up the Logitech keyboard that's designed for Mac. It kind of has the same kind of like key layouts and stuff like that. The one thing I like about it that's way, way better though, is it has some weight to it. So it doesn't like flop around as much as that. It's actually stuck to the mat a little bit more. Sorry about that. OCD here. But it's way better. And what I like about it too is it lights up, not even like pushing a button, just like it senses your hand right here and it'll automatically light up. So if you're working in the dark, it's actually really cool. And it just looks awesome. I mean, they had it down there and it's about $99. Definitely worth it. And I'm super stoked on it. Like I said, I've been using it for a couple days and I was like, dang, that is really, really cool. This will do. I'm just gonna tell you that, yeah, it fires up good and it's fast with what I got going on, right? Which it does, I checked it out. And, but outside that, like I'm not gonna know anything different, right? So I had to go check to make sure that, look, dude, did you make sure that, go over all the details? And I did. I went through everything to make sure. And it's the same. It's the same as the one, if you went to go buy a $4,000 unit, it's exactly the same. And like I said, you saw it, it looks exactly the same. And I would definitely, if you're in this market to get this, if you are going to make the big jump to buy something crazy expensive like this thing, dude, do yourself a huge favor. I mean, to me, $700 is a lot of money. I don't know, maybe to you, it doesn't matter. But man, dude, with $700, and here's the thing, you might also be able to upgrade your computer. You might be able to get one of the refurbished ones and maybe put something into it a little bit more. Maybe not, I don't know how it works, but they may have one where you can add like more RAM to it, right? And still be under where you would have been if you would have just bought a brand new. So I would definitely recommend the refurbished new over new from Apple. Apple's one of the unique companies that's really particular on giving customers, when they say refurbished new, it's really like new. So anyway, super excited about it. I hope someone out there sees this and saves himself some money. Don't take my word for it. Go look for it yourself. There's a lot of savings to be done out there at Apple if you just look around. All right, thanks for watching. This is Billy at BTUFF.